Hi guys, this is Charlie. Welcome to my channel, and I'm so glad that you guys are joining me to listen to me and just watch me what I'm going to be talking about. Well, today I'm just going to be reacting to a video by Wadamaya. Wadamaya has been so inspirational to me, even if I'm older than him. But the gentleman has done a very good job in terms of promoting African life, basically, African culture, and then a lot of things that he's promoting throughout Africa. He's doing a good job, fantastic job. So there's a video that he's just posted now. So the title is "No Black People Allowed in South Africa's White-Only Town." Well, I've got a few things to talk about. So here's my what I think about the video. First of all, let me just show you a bit of information about the video. So
I'm
just started from the beginning.
Yeah. Can I stay in here?
You're not Afrikaner.
Afrikaners.
So basically, this video is about a place within South Africa where only white people live in that place, and this is also so first of all, you can ask yourself, like, oh, how come Wadamaya is in this place? But if this place is exclusively for white people, how come Wadamaya has just visited the place? So maybe we'll talk about that later on, but let me just talk about the South African law on which these people are relying on. So if you can see here, according to the South African Constitution, citizens have the right to use the language and participate in the cultural life of their choice. Okay, essentially allowing individuals to live according to their culture, although this right must be exercised within the boundaries of the Bill of Rights, meaning it cannot conflict with other protected rights like equality, and this is primarily found in the section 30 of the Constitution. So according to this video, when you go through this video, when you watch this video, you are going to understand that what is being talked about here is mainly about this law, which these people who are obviously South Africans, even if we can say whatever we can say as Black Africans, like, oh no, these people came in 1652, so they're not South African. No, these people are South Africans. Okay, so now let's just listen to let's just listen to what Wadamaya is talking about here.
I'm in love with Orania.
Yeah.
Can I stay in here?
You're not Afrikaner.
Afrikaners are descendants of Dutch settlers who arrived at the Cape of Good Hope on a boat in the year 1652. Would you say that Orania is a controversial town in South Africa?
Orania is definitely. I don't have to doubt it. I know that Orania is controversial.
Orania.
What is happening? Can somebody answer?
Section 235 of the South African Constitution acknowledges the right of cultural groups to self-determination. But what about the Afrikaner enclave of Orania, which also uses race to determine who can be allowed to live in that community?
Yes, I don't know about race, because Wadamaya has gone there, has visited the place. Or maybe it's about living in that place, but you can visit the place. Wadamaya, obviously, I know is African like myself, but it's allowed to go in that place. So let's listen first of all and just find out what's happening there.
The main reason why it's controversial is misperception. I think so, it's my personal opinion. Misperception about Orania. The people with the most to say about Orania have never visited.
Just say a prayer for my city. Just say a prayer for my city.
And what are your favorite things about Orania?
Have you ever seen a 16 or 17-year-old girl walk around 9 o'clock at night anywhere in South Africa?
It's not common.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have burglar guards, and if they leave a bike somewhere, tomorrow morning it's still there.
Okay. This is another issue here. So these guys, they've come up with this place where they're living, and then they are living in this place where there's no crime. And what he's talking about that in South Africa, you cannot just leave a bike, or a young girl who is 14 years old cannot just walk freely at night. So in this place where these guys are living, people can live freely. They can walk freely without anyone harassing them, or if you leave a bike or leave something, nobody's going to steal. So that's just another issue here. As for me, here's my take on this. Yes, there's issues here. We've got issues in our communities, especially South African communities there. I've watched some videos. I've been to South Africa once when I was going to Swaziland, and I obviously went by bus from Zambia into South Africa, and then at what's that place called? That station, Park Station, something like that. Park Station, and then I went to get on to another combi into Swaziland. That time it was called Swaziland. I don't know what the name is today. So okay. So what I'm trying to say is that there are issues in Africa in general. It's not just about South Africa, but it's everywhere. And there's issues among us, the black community. There's issues of people cannot just be free in most of these countries, most of these cities, African cities. But I'm not saying that it's only Africans who do this, but also we've got the white people who can do that as well. So it's everything. It's on both sides, but the amount of crime also matters. So I'm not saying that this place where these guys are living is better than other places like in Johannesburg or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is the amount of times that these instances will happen also matters. And I'm afraid, but I'm also happy to accept our communities. There's a lot of issues in terms of crime. Okay, there's crime. People commit so much crime. It's mainly among the black African communities, and these people have now made their own land. Where I said, okay, we live in this land. We're gonna use this law where we they're going to be protected obviously by that law, and they will do what their culture, we don't know what their culture is, but their culture is basically a white culture. Obviously we know what that means. So they want to live alone as white people there. So for me, first of all, these people went into South Africa, not them, their grandparents. They've been in South Africa for many years, okay? And there's a lot of Africans who've just been in South Africa for 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 100 years, and they call South Africa home. So it's not about you guys saying, no, these people are not from Africa, so they cannot make their own land here, blah, 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 blah. No, these people are South Africans, and they're Africans. They're just like us, just that they've got a different pigment of skin. And my opinion here is that if there's crime and people are not happy, they're not safe, I think, and there's a law that allows you to do that, I think it's good that you can do that. Because why are you going to live in a community that don't like you anyway? If the black community are not showing that love to these people, then they can live. They can also go and live in their own land, because the law allows for that. So let's continue to listen and see what Amaya is going to say there.
Would you agree with me if I say that this man performed a lot of atrocities in the past?
It's our history.
But I know it's your history, but at the end of the day, a lot of people were harmed in the process. You don't think if you are embracing this, you're definitely embracing apartheid?
Is it okay to celebrate Shaka Zulu leader? Do you know who that is?
I know who Shaka Zulu is.
He killed a lot of people. Is it fine to celebrate him?
Again here, guys, let's just be serious. This Shaka Zulu, even if he was a great king, our great king, he killed our relatives also. You know, there were people that started running from South Africa during the period. I think the war was called the Mufekani sort of whatever. I think it was Mufekani migration or something, because this guy he started this conflict against the people, against the weak tribes, and these weak tribes had to run from South Africa into the northern parts of South Africa, and as well as Zimbabwe, Botswana. Some settled in Botswana, some in Zambia. Okay, like in Zambia, where I originate from, we got some Ngonis. They came from South Africa, and they're very happy about Shaka Zulu for some reason. But anyway, what we know is that Shaka Zulu wasn't good to them. He chased them. So I think that guy's got a point as well. We shouldn't be just looking at white people just because they are white, then they are bad. But also we have very bad eggs. And there's a lot we can talk about this anyway. Yeah.
That's a question for South Africans.
This is a question for Oranians.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I never thought I would come across a town within the land of black people where blacks are not allowed to live in there.
These people came to South Africa in 1652. Not those people we are seeing there. Those people are just great grandchildren. So are we going to say that these people should go back to Europe? Okay. Again, here is about, I know we are promoting African identity. We're trying to promote Africans, Africa for Africans. But Africa is not for Africans. Okay, Africa is for anyone who was born in Africa. We cannot say, no, you are not born in Africa. And all those people who've got roots in Africa, these people, even if we can say that they're coming from Europe, they still have roots in Africa because their great-grandfathers and mothers were born in Africa. Some of them were born in Africa. Obviously, there were those who came by boat to the Cape of Good Hope in 1652. I remember I did some history in my, I think, year 12. So we had to talk about that, learn about that. But what I'm trying to say is that those white people who live in South Africa, they are South Africans. They are not really visitors. Okay, they were born there. So I think the issue of saying no, these people are living in Africa when it's a land of black people. Yes, we know natives are black people, but these people have been there as well for a long time. So guys, let's not just say these people are not part of Africa. They are part of us, and I think the only best way for us to live in harmony in Africa, in peace, is to make sure that we're living with these people. And also just acknowledging that these people are part of Africa and they're part of the land as well.
People out there believe that Orania is a racist model. Do you believe that whatever you guys are practicing here is racism?
No.
So what is it then?
It's a culture town. It's a culture town. It's an Afrikaner town. The narrative is out there that if you preserve your culture, you're racist. And that's not true.
But I don't think an African can leave Africa, go to Europe, and say that we just bought this land and no one is allowed to come in.
In this town, it's whites only. If I have to decode the whites only, I'm talking about Afrikaans only. So if you're a black man like me, you cannot stay there.
We say Orania is a community for Afrikaners. It's not an issue just white in, black out. It's a question of culture.
But someone might ask, if you want to preserve your culture, you're preserving your culture on a land that belongs to South Africans.
Well, that is whole other debate.
If that is the case.
That's another thing. Odobaya is a clever gentleman here. So he says, oh, you're preserving your culture on the land that belongs to South Africans. Yes. That land belongs to South Africans, and that South Africans, white people are also South Africans. Let's not talk about this issue of these people are not part of Africa. We've got some Africans who live in the United States, and they say that they are part of the USA. So those South Africans who live in South Africa, those people are still South Africans because they were born there. Even their accent, they don't even sound like they are from Netherlands. Even their language, the Boer language, is changed. It's not the same as Dutch. It's different. So those people are South Africans. Anyone who says no, they're not part of South Africa, it's a very wrong thing to say. Okay?
Originally from South Africa, like they migrated in the late 17th century from Netherlands, France, England, Germany, in short from Europe. I mean, they were immigrants in South Africa, but they forcefully colonized the people. Actually, no. They enslaved the owners of the land, the black South.
Yes, that was enslaving, and but for me, I think this issue of slavery for me, it doesn't just work out. How can people in a boat come and enslave you? I'm sure the chiefs were involved in this. Our chiefs, they sold our people, man. They sold our people, and I'm telling you, there is no way that people will just rock up on a boat. I don't know whether these guys were paid because there was no engine powered boat or something. I think it was more wind, sort of with those big kittens on the boat. No, I just doubt that these people came and start picking up Africans like cows into the boat, and nobody fought. Our chiefs sold these people. It's nothing to do. Let's not blame this small group of people. There were just a few guys who came by boat. Do you think the people just come, even if they had guns, how many bullets did they have? At least those bullets would have finished. You can only carry so many. So they had so many bullets, and obviously they finished. And while other people, to fight those people, guys, I don't get it. Blame on these people all the time.
South Africans. This is something that Donald Trump doesn't know, by the way, so you're welcome.
Good morning, or should I say sunrise, from Orania. Today is actually my first day waking up from Orania, and it was such a peaceful night, but it's kind of crazy to know that I'm the only black man in here. I mean, it's so crazy knowing that you just woke up in a white-only town.
Yeah, again, I don't know. I'm not trying to criticize Odamaya. Obviously, I didn't experience what sort of experience he was going through there. But if this place is really just a white-only people, they wouldn't even allow him to go there, to even spend the night there. They wouldn't even allow you. Why would they allow you, especially that you're going to talk about them as being racist? They're not going to allow you. If really these guys were rednecks, I don't know. But anyway, let's go. Let's listen more.
We feel so patriotic about our community, so proud. It's still small, but we're so proud of the things that we have achieved.
Today, Orania operates like its own micronation. The town of about 3,000 people run its own economy, and one of the backbones of their economy is agriculture.
Do you guys export this?
Yes. So we sell it outside. It brings money into our economy. Another interesting thing, obviously, is that here we can do something that a lot of farmers can't do, and that is we can plant 2 harvests in 1 year. So we plant the wheat in the summer. Just before Christmas, this is harvested. It's plowed very quickly, and the farmers work 20 hours a day to get it done. They harvest, they plow, they plant, and then it's maize. So your next harvest is maize, and you harvest that in the winter. In June, July, and when that goes out, you've got a short time to put in the wheat again. So
Who owns this farm?
An individual farmer owns it. It is part of Orania, but an individual farmer owns this land. and the farmer works it for their own benefit and revenue and takes the risks for themselves.
You're Iranian. We're Iranians. We're in South Africa. We not loose from South Africa. They are our neighbors. We pay taxes in South Africa, but we're proud Oranians.
Oh, so these guys are South Africans. They're accepting that they're South Africans, and they're also paying tax.
I'm really impressed with the infrastructure development in Orania, because a town of about 3,000 people got their own airstrip, and every single road that you see in this town was actually built and financed by the people.
Yeah, so honest myself, I've got no objection to that. If these people can make it, then if these people can make it, then yes, we should also try to copy this kind of lifestyle, where we are just hardworking. We can make our own drainages, we can make our own roads, we can make our own hospitals, we can make our own schools. Look at our communities. Our communities, we black people, we're complaining here that this Orania where people want to live alone. Okay, but our communities, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, look at garbage. Look at our schools, our hospitals. Yeah? The only enemy of a black African is a black African. Okay, that's why these people are saying, look what they're doing there. They're building good infrastructure. Okay, it's not like Trump or whoever sent them money, sent them machinery to do that. They're building that themselves. They're teaching their people skills, trade skills. Okay, look at our countries, trade skills. Our people, they're doing all those trade skills, and what do? They just become employees, doing nothing really. We're not building anything. Okay, so why can't we be like these people? Why can't we make our countries, our leaders who are leading these African countries, we black people, why can't we make our countries self-reliant? One, we don't have to rely on America to give us aid, or we don't have to rely on China to come and build our roads. Why can't we just do it ourselves? This is an issue. It's a big issue that we people of Africa, we have to start thinking about. We can't just stay like that and then we depend on these people to come and do it for us. Why can't we build our own bridges, bituminous roads, asphalt roads, whatever you want to call it? Why can't we do it ourselves? Why can't we process the mineral resources that we have? And then once we process that, we build products out of that. And then export the products instead of exporting the raw material. When one, cost of labor is low. At the moment, we're just extracting and sending all this raw material to other countries that bring those processed things. Now, once they process them, they bring them back to our African countries, and then we pay over, I don't know how much percentage we have to pay on top of how much it costed us. So we're losing in a way. In any way we're losing, because the copper, for example, from Zambia, the copper we get from Zambia goes to China or wherever it's going, and then we buy stuff from China, products made from copper. So we're losing in a way, and China is benefiting. All these countries that are getting our minerals, they're benefiting more than us. Look at, if you're doubting, look at your hospitals. Who's giving you drugs there? Who buys those drugs in your hospital apart from the Americans and the Chinese and the Europeans? We're not even buying our own drugs for us to be treated well. So that's a problem.
In Orania, we don't get any money from the government. We are responsible to create our own economy and your own wealth. So my responsibility is to make sure where is the certain areas that needs to address, and then we address our areas.
Once you watch this video from Wadamaya, by the way, thank you so much for making that video. I think for me, it's opening my brain a little bit. Any normal African, black African, once you watch this video, you should not say, oh, these are people, foreigners, they have to go back. These are racists. No, look at what he's talking about. This guy is telling us that they are working. They don't even receive any funding from anywhere. And don't think, oh, maybe they're getting funding from UK or from Netherlands. That's why they're doing. No, they're not even getting that. These people are just working hard, and whereby they're getting making sure that they do their agriculture properly. Okay, agriculture, trade skills. You heard what they're doing. They're doing carpentry, mechanical and stuff. Different types of trade skills. Those boys are learning in those schools, and so having all those skills, they're able to build this city. Okay, and give it 30 years, this city will grow. Okay, and it will be just a city for those people who have the same culture. Look at the floods. We can't even build drainage system. We can't build the roads, proper drainage system whereby the water will just go flow freely. No, we can't do that. We have a big problem. And now we're condemning these people that, no, these people are racist. Why are they living alone? We want them to live with us.
This is just an example of a few projects that we're currently busy. If you just go outside, you'll see we're currently busy building this place, this building. So it's going to be a 3-story building. That's a building that's being built here, just next to us.
Okay. The question is, how will you fund a project like this?
Okay. What we do is we say there's two various companies.
Okay.
The one company is a company that's funding, but it must make commercial sense. And then other company rent it from that company, but it's two separate countries. So you must focus on your own business. We must make sure that the Orania is growing. We are not in the...
okay.
So we rent this building from another company, and that company just make economic sense. In other words, yeah.
Again, rules, people, rules. You see, these people have made this rule. Like, oh no, we can. There's a company that is funding, and these other companies are going to be renting from that, and that's how we're going to build this. You know, one thing about Africa, we bend rules. We bend regulations for the benefit of us. We can have a regulation here to say, okay, this road, this site, for example, just given it's a rule, okay? This site will not won't build a road on this site. Why? Because it's a natural reserve or something. But a few years down the line, we'll just change that rule and build on that. So we don't follow rules. We Africans, we don't follow our own laws. We don't follow our own regulations that we put. Okay, we can have once we follow those regulations, I can guarantee that we're going to see development in all areas. Okay, because we do have these regulations, but they're not enforced. Okay, so it's a big issue. So this Wadamaya is telling us how a community is a few thousand people can live in a community and develop that community
by creating your own identity. Identity is needed for diversity. Without identity, there is no diversity.
So guys, that's all I had today, but let me just show you some of the comments from this video. Let's see what these people have to say. When black people in South Africa and around the world busy self-hating and fighting each other, these people are busy uniting. Yes, that's what I was talking about. These people, they're busy uniting themselves. So that was Chapa and Vision. Okay, Mr. Maya, you represented Africa very well, asking right questions. We are proud. That's good. This is what we call content. Very educative, inspiring, and thoughtful. Very good. Yes, Wadama has done a very good video there. He's asked questions like a journalist. He wasn't sitting on one side or what, but I think his questions were on point, which is very good. It was open to get the answers from. I mean, his questions were mostly what people are talking about, and he's just asking those questions. So I think Wadama has done a good job there. Great insights from Orania. Maya, this is a masterpiece. Many people didn't know the existence of a town until you aired it. What an episode. It's very good. The only African leader with this mentality of self is Captain Abraham Torre. So you see a lot of comments on here. They are so much in support of Orania. Okay. And most of these people who are commenting here, they are all black Africans. So it's a very good challenge. Honestly, for me, it's a challenge. And I just hope there's no, let's say I will never see South Africa the same again immediately after watching this. I don't even want to. Yes, Africa is amongst the giants of Africa no more. Very vulnerable. Whatever was done in Liberia, it was important to be done to these people's home. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, for me, I find this video and the people of what's called Orania. Yeah, Orania, the people of Orania to be very, very hardworking people and very inspirational. And I just hope that we can pick up something there as black Africans, to look after our towns, to look after our cities, our countries, to ensure that our countries they can develop nicely, just like these guys are working together. So I do remember when I was in year 5, there used to be what they call cooperative. What's a cooperative? Community cooperative or something. It's a cooperative is a group of people who come together and work together. That was the definition. Was it a community or cooperative? But this is an example, very good example of that definition. It's people who come together, live together, and work together, okay, for a common goal. This Orania town is going to be one of the big, beautiful cities in Africa in 30 years to come, because all these children will see there now, they'll be grown up and they would have expanded that and they will have a lot of skills. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This is my second video, and today is the 23rd of Feb 2025. See you in the next video. Cheers.